Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. And let's talk about this new TV show that's on HBO called The Shop. It's hosted by LeBron James and 3 other people that you'll see in the slideshow with their names too as well. It's actually a good show. It takes place inside of a barbershop where, I guess where men can feel comfortable and talk about the business like we could talk about our business at the salon. And so, you have that situation. Snoop was on the first episode. The second episode is actually Drake. And, they interview, different people. They talk about different things. Like, LeBron James expresses his childhood, how he's an activist. And basically, they just converse. It's a good show, actually. But, Drake was on the show and he actually started to talk about, what went down between him and Kanye West, how everything went down. And Drake was he was just like really open to it. He was just like, Drake claims or alleged that him and Kanye West, they connected so much in the studio prior to the release of both of their albums, Scorpion and Ye. And he was like, Kanye West was, allegedly, pressuring him about when he's going to release his album, what's the details about his album, when is the album coming up, what's on the project, and actually, wanted him to describe all the stuff that's going on with his album. And Drake was like, well, I'm almost 60% done with the album or whatever, but there's some other things that I need to do. And that's when, Kanye West was like, well, let me take a look at the album. Let me see what I can do with it. We got to work together, share things and stuff like that. Basically, Kanye West was seemingly playing on Drake's heartstrings, basically saying, gave him a speech. It was like, I want to be the next Quincy Jones. I want to help you. You can help me. I'm a parent now. I'm a father now and all this other stuff. And basically, we need to work together. So let me know when your music's dropping. Let me know what you want on your album, what type of beats you're looking for. Let me just know. Let me just help you because I'm trying to be the brand ambassador of music, and we can work together and have this kind of like relationship. And so at the time, Drake was feeling like, okay, Kanye West seems genuine. This seems genuine. If you know Kanye West from the music game from back when he was with Rockefeller, and then his way where he's at now, you'd be like, okay, yeah, this guy really knows what he's talking about. He's worked with so many different people. Everybody calls him a genius. Okay, so, you think Drake would be more wise to the game, but I guess he wasn't wise to the game. And, was like, okay, yeah, Drake was like, I feel like it felt so genuine. The vibe felt so good. Everything felt so real. And I was like, okay, I'll let you know. And so then he also says that he got an invitation to the Jackson Hole in Wyoming or whatever. And at this time and point, Drake didn't know that Kanye West was working on a Ye album. He didn't know he was working on an album. He just thought that him and Kanye West was going to be working on Drake's album because it's almost 60% done. So they're going to be working together, work on his album, and Kanye West is going to produce some hot shit for him. That's what he thought. So so Drake sent his album and all the information to Kanye West and let him listen to it. And they were supposed to be working on it together. And so Kanye's West producer, Noah 40, he went to Wyoming before Drake did. And when he went there, he just felt a weird vibe. He felt like something was going on. He felt like something wasn't right. And so he called up Drake and he was like, yo, Drizzy, what's going on? He was like, do you know Ye's working on an album? He's working on his album. It's going to be coming out soon or whatever. And Drake was like, nah, he didn't tell me he was working on an album. I didn't know that. So now, Noah 40, he feels like there's something going on with this. There's something wrong about this situation. So Drake flew down there, whatever. And according to, Drake, he says that Kanye West gave him Lift Yourself beat or whatever. And the rest of their time in Wyoming was spent working on, Kanye West's album and everything. But he thought he was supposed to be working on his album. But I guess Drake was just like, whatever. I guess he's chopping it up like he got played or whatever. And he was like, and Drake said that when he found out Kanye West was dropping a Ye album, he thought he was going to drop it in October or November, not recently like he did. And so around when Drake was dropping his album, so during their time, while they was in the Midwest, Drake played March 14th for Kanye West and even showed him a picture of his secret son because they were bonding. And he was like, and he just felt like Kanye West was his brother, And I know how that may sound like, well, he's not really your brother, but sometimes sometimes people can play on your heartstrings, or you look at your race, your nationality, and be like, yo, we're brothers, like, we will brothers, you know what I mean? And like, let's work together, let's do something different, let's do something powerful together and as business. I think Drake was coming from that aspect and did not know that he was going to get played. And so so Drake showed, Kanye West a picture of his son and everything, was telling him that, he's having difficulty with the mom, they're having issues, trying to co-parenting and all this other stuff. And so Drake was like, all right. So he told him all that information. And Drake says, like, the day after they supposedly, was going to be collabing and working together, whatever, Drake went home, he went to sleep or whatever. He said when he woke up, the internet was going boom, bada bing. The internet was going all crazy with the blackface, where Drake is a deadbeat, Drake don't take care of his son, and just that whole shit that went down with Pusha T. Like, I love Pusha T. I ain't never going to take nothing back from Pusha T. Pusha T's the man, but, they got the ups on Drake. That's just what happened. And so, Drake was like, that's why when Drake was coming out dissing, it sounded like he was dissing Kanye West more than he was dissing, Pusha T, because Kanye West broke his trust. Kanye West is the one that told Pusha T all this information and gave him all the ammunition to use against him. And then on top of that, helped Pusha T produce the song, produce the album, produce everything, and knew that Pusha T was going to talk about the situation, because only way that Pusha T knew about this information was through Kanye West, because Drake said he only told Kanye West what was up and what was going on. And then right after that, after they were done with the studio and collabing and working together, he goes home, he wakes up, and then the shit hits the fan, and then Pusha T come out with his diss. And I was just like, damn, that is messed up. Like, imagine that, like, you trusting somebody, you thinking you're working on something good for the good that's gonna go down in history, and this person's playing that sambo act, tap dancing, boo-hoo, manipulating you. And Kanye West is older than Drake, he's been in the business longer, so Drake was giving him that respect and believing that, okay, this dude is keeping it 100 with me. He didn't have no other reason not to. And so he opened up to him, because Kanye West was talking about he's a father and he got kids, and Drake just had a kid, but he was keeping it on the low. He wasn't telling anybody, because I don't think he was ready for the world to know. But he was like, next thing you know, Pusha T comes out dissing me, and it was so disrespectful. He disrespected my friend 40. He disrespected my mother, my father. And he was like, yo, I wanted to punch him in his face. He needed to get his ass beat. And he was just like, Pusha T rapping about people that are sick, that's passed on, that are in the hospital. And he was like, yo, I went home. I had a diss track that was ready that was going to kill Kanye West and kill Pusha T. But he said he went home and he listened to it again, and he was like, he didn't want to be remembered for that diss track. And whatever's on that diss track, it must have been something really crazy. I know at one point I was like, nah, you don't even have a diss track prepared. How can you come back from what Pusha T said? Because it was all truth. That's just real fucked up how that went down. That's real messed up. But Drake said he did have something in the works, but he said what he was going to reveal on that diss track would have been catastrophic, and it would have destroyed careers, and it definitely would have been a war. So I guess he made the best decision, because Drake was very emotional when he was talking to, LeBron James about the situation, because when you have that epiphany. He already had this epiphany, but that moment where you were played by somebody used you and they tricked you and you was bamboozled, and you think that you so smart, you know so much, they can't do this to me. How did I let this happen? How did I become a sucker? How did I let these people do this to me? And it was like, damn, Kanye West, did you just want to destroy Drake? Was you afraid of Drake? Did you want to bring him down? Like, I thought it was all about love. You love Donald Trump, you don't love Drake. And Drake was like, Kanye West was texting him and saying, I love you, bro, I love you this, I love you that, all types of, he was just like, he was manipulating him and saying, it's all good, I got this for you, I got that for you, don't worry about I got this beat for you. And it's just like, Kanye West was just like a straight up snake, man, in the grass, just slithered up there on Drake and just bit him and took his head off. I was just like, yo, that's real messed up. And the way he explained it, you can tell that he was still hurt by it. And that's some real demon ass shit to do to somebody. Get all their information, just expose it. Especially when the person's not exposing any of your secrets. The person hasn't done nothing to you. So why do you feel the need to try to destroy another man? You know, Kanye West, why would you do that? I understand Pusha T. Pusha T had a beef with Wayne. Pusha T got a beef with, you know, Drake because they've been going back and forth shots over the years. But for Kanye West to get all that information, then share it with Pusha T when he knows Pusha T got beef with Young Money straight up and down, and then produce the song and the track after Drake spent his whole, when he was supposed to be working on his album, working on your album, even though your album came out to be trash, yeah? And actually, you know, Drake's album became to be number one for a few weeks. So peace, I'm out, one love. Like, this is how dirty some people are. I mean, real dirty. So it's like you can't believe anything that Kanye West says. He's very conniving. And he's being used for something. I don't know what they're going to use him for, but it seems like it's going to be catastrophic for the people. Peace, I'm out, one love.